Hello everyone. Right, so in this video, I'm not going to be tarting about, I'm just going to get straight to what we're doing. We're making a ghillie suit. I've been watching, I need to make one. I had one a few years ago, but it's gone missing somewhere. Found out. I've moved out, so I've got a lot of scrap kit. You'll see it's quite depressing, but we're going to make a ghillie suit, and I'm not going to tart about, and I'm not going to be using fucking glue. I have seen a lot of videos on ghillie suits and stuff, and I don't like the idea of using glue. It annoys me, but I'm going to make a no bullshit, very random patterned camouflage jacket. Now remember, when you do make a ghillie suit, you've got to think of what terrain you're going to be using it in. So I'm in England. This is our pattern anyway. Well, this is the old pattern. I don't get on with MTP. I don't like MTP. I think it's crap. I like DPM. I think it blends in well with everything, be it wet or dry. So, show you what I've got. I've got this, the old jacket there, one of the old style jackets. This is a 95 jacket. Hasn't got a hood, but there is measures in place for that. We're going to build a separate hat, but we're just going to concentrate on the jacket for the moment. And I'm not going to do trousers because the trousers are exactly the same as the fucking jacket. So the box of tricks, as I said, moved house, had stuff in storage for a lot of years, but unfortunately this is an old Gore-Tex jacket, but the rats have got onto it. Little bastards. So, obviously not serviceable. They've even got their... So what happens when you store stuff, be aware of fucking rats. But this, rather than chuck it in the bin, makes good material. Not only that, my ghillie suit will be sort of waterproof. So if it does rain, I will have a little bit of waterproof protection. Not 100%, but we'll be cutting that into strips. I can even get the kids involved in that. Get them cutting it into strips, tearing it. Ain't got to be neat random patterns. Next you'll need a net. This is an old sort of fishing net. Don't know how much of it there is, but fuck it. One of these sacks, burlap, hassamin, whatever it's fucking called, but you need one of them. Random army string. Now this phrase up, I'll go through the procedure later, but this really does look good when you split it apart, so we'll be using that. And this is going to be part of the headgear, but I'll worry about that later on. And just a shitload of just random bits I've had. This is MTP stuff, but bits of old towel, scrim net sort of shit. Just any green or black cloth you can get. But when you don't have to have this gear, you can get a green or a black jacket and just get strips of green, black or brown sheeting, or more yellow tan colours. Depends on your terrain, you know. Ain't got to be pretty. It's a fucking ghillie suit, so don't think it's this artist thing, because it's not gonna. So these are the ingredients, but I'm going to worry about that now. What we're going to do is get to netting that. Alright, so lay your jacket on the floor so it's back up, and I'm not going to video this bit, but you're going to get your net, spread it over, cut what bits out you got, basically just so it covers the back, and get what you can around the front. And I will be stitching the net on. I will not be using fucking glue. I don't like glue. This thing's built for fucking war, stalking, fighting, dragging about. It is not a fucking dance jacket or dinner jacket. It's just built for fucking tough shit. So, let's do it. Okay, so 2 hours later, we have a completely netted combat jacket, except for the front, but we can work on that, see how it works, add extra bit. But basically, you want the arms and the back, mainly camouflage. You're going to be in a prone position most of it. So what we're going to do now is start stripping the other jacket into strips, getting it tied on. So all I'm going to fuck about, big pair of fucking scissors, just get it, and just fucking go mental. You know, it ain't got to be neat. If you can tear it, tear it. I don't think we're going to be able to tear this Gore-Tex stuff, but basically, we're just going to turn it into big sort of rough strips so we can get it tied on. Right, so as you can tell, I've been working on it for some time now, you know, I was originally just going to do that and show you and then work me way, you know, you just get so in a rhythm and then crack on, but we've got a pile of stuff here, so what I've been doing, about here at the moment, work the way along, find a bit, try and keep it camouflage side out, tie it once, tie it twice, just to avoid it coming off. If you feel like it, get the end of it, just taper it a bit so it gives it more of a point, and just keep working your way along. And if you want to, you can double them up occasionally like that, and just do exactly the same thing. Do that when they level. Fucked it. There you go. Tighten a knot. Normally a single knot works for this as well. Just do that. Pull it nice and tight. You've got this loose end, and then just cut it at jaunty angles. And eventually it'll hang down. It'll start looking old eventually, but at the end of the video you'll see I've got a special technique for making this all blend in. Whatever it's going to be, I'm going to get some of that sack, this thing, split it up, and I'm going to put it between in random bunches and things, and you'll see as it goes on, you know, different materials sort of evenly spaced out. Should solve it, you know. Camouflage don't have a pattern, it is a random thing, but you'll see towards the end. Right, we're about to come inside, so this is a light difference now, but hopefully it won't affect us too much. But what I've done is just repeated that process all the way up. Still got a few spots to do on the arms and around the front, but you don't need to see that. So what I'm creating is a base layer. So this is our main base of just foliage, just build up. Then we're going to start adding bits in, so that eventually looks more like this, a bit more diamond. This ain't finished, but we're going to create this. This is the head part, which you'll see it at the end. I've got to put bits in it on it, and it'll make sense. But that is what that's going to look like in the end. So I'm just going to get shredding more bits, stick them on, and then we get onto this technical stuff. Alright, so bit of work later, and what we've got is it's all on there. Basically, this is our big base layer. So what I want to start doing now, breaking this thing down, using some of that, and using some special techniques just to fill these gaps and just, you know. Alright, so basically it's done. It looks done, but it ain't. I mean, we've still got a few bald patches. It is suffering from alopecia a bit, but you know what I mean. We're going to fill these up. I could put more of this on, but I do want to break it up. I'm going to start doing this technique. A lot more on the front, obviously, because I want access to the pockets. So with the front, there will be a process of me folding and stitching, but I'll show you a bit of that later. That's not important. What is important is this bit. So I'm going to break down some of this, do some magic tricks with some of this other bits of gash. Now, I obviously do have an advantage over most because I've got a lot of camouflage scrap material, but any colour, green, black, brown will do. You just got to know how to use it. This is the idea. Forget about that. That's getting stitched into there. And then you've basically got this. Needs a bit more work, but this is the effect we're going for on here. Yes. I'm back inside. So what I'm going to do now is show you tricks of the two materials I'm using. See, I've created a... I'll show you what I do. So I get some of that Hessian sack, and quite literally just find a couple of loops in the netting like that. Ain't got to be neat. Sometimes you'll get a straggler, whatever. I mean, I would fit that back through, but I just can't be fucked. So I'm trying to demonstrate, and then literally just tie it in a knot. And just to secure it, if you want, just get a few more. It also gives it a bit more of a random things to take. Right, 2, 3, 4 strands. No one gives a shit. Not only does this secure the knot so nothing comes off, but just gives it another pattern. So there, basically you've got your grass. So when that's all over, as you can see, you see the effect outside tomorrow, but that's basically it. Well, that's it with a hessian anyway. So next is this weird green army string. I'm going to use the same bit. What I do, it's pretty much the same process. Nothing fancy. You just need a knife or a pair of scissors. Tie that thing on. Actually, there's more of a process to it. It's a bit fiddly. Fingers will hurt after a while. You'll get bored of it. But so you've tied that in a knot. Get your scissors. You'll find that looped end. So now the looped end, snippy, and the painstaking, get the shit of it, is unthreading all these. So literally pull everything apart on it, undo it, unpick it, whatever you want to call it. So you make this fluffy thing. I'll do it one more time, take you a bit closer. I can't see over the camera, unfortunately, because it's stuck in front of my bloody face. So I'm guessing what I'm doing here. But you get the gist. Just fluff it out like that. But once you have unpicked it all, there you're left with a nice mossy, grassy, weedy effect. And once it's all blended in, it just looks like moss. But I mean, you're going to see that closeness. It's stood on top here. But yeah, that's basic gist. So you get a base layer, drape it in really long, basey layers, and then start working on the fine details. The base layer is important. Get the whole thing covered in a base layer of big material, and then start working on the fine details. Unpick things, drag it about. I mean, this, you can even take it down further. Just take it five. I just split it down basically. It will all eventually, overuse, just turn into little fibres and a horrible mess. But that's what you want. That looks better already. Just little. That's it. It's a ghillie suit. It ain't got to be pretty. It ain't got to be nice. It's just a load of random bushiness, basically. It's the big bad bush. So this is so far the finished product. So I've got my assistant with me today. So obviously you can't see it if I'm wearing a camera, but basically I haven't done the front so much because I'm still working on the front. I need a lot more material, but what I'm doing is cutting strips and sticking them on, but it's a work in progress. Now this is like a wedding veil basically. It lifts up, it lifts down. But what I'm using is probably I'm just going to be laying down in the prone position anyway, but I still want access to the pockets, so I don't want to cover them up too much as I can't get to them, but this does sort of distort the front. So you can see the technique, I've used it on the front. If I take the arms, you can still bit of netting, but you still want a bit just to poke some of the natural camouflage in. So say we get some of that, and we can still stuff that in there like that, you see. So we blend in, we can still tailor this to our natural camouflage. If you turn around, you can see from the back in. I need to do more, but it has a desired effect. You see, I do need to build trousers for it, but I'm not going to do that in this video because building trousers is exactly the same process. But going back to the headgear, if I want, I can easily lift this way to keep it out of the way, or I can fold it in and underneath so it's not in the way, but it's optional, you know, so you can do things that way. You can get this out of the way, keep it, undo it, take it away, whatever you want, no problem. Okay, stick your arms out. As you can see, it takes out the silhouette. You don't have such a, looks like a bird, doesn't he? But look, you've got like, it doesn't look so much like a human outline. It's a lot more bushy. So it does take you, the 5 S's and the M that you told. Shape, shine, shadow, sound, silhouette, and movement. So these are the things you want to combat. You want to, if you can get around these, it's not too noisy. Depends on the material you use. I mean, you can hear it a bit, but you're not going to be running around. But it's not in depth, this video, just to get a basic idea. Tricks I've learnt, maybe you can use them if you're building one. So that's it from me. Give us a thumbs up, boy. There you go. Thanks for watching. You are blessed. Ammo out.